All aboard! Welcome to my fourth podcast series, The Voyage to Back Yonder. We're embarking on a new adventure across the Sea of Love. We'll experience how to bring unconditional love into our day and into our moments. In the past three series, we've learned a lot of information about fear, our power, our life, and we were reintroduced to our inner master. Now, upon the ebb and flow of the tides, we'll learn how to integrate all of this information into our hearts and live a life full of unconditional love. In the ebb and flow of unconditional love is where we truly find ourselves. And in the storms of life is where we learn to live. I'm not sure that we're able to live a life on earth with every second being ruled by unconditional love, because we'll always have our fear ego with us until we leave these bodies. But if we could move our life from being 10% in unconditional love and 90% in fear, and move that closer to 50-50, and then maybe 60-40, and then maybe 70-30, 80-20, who knows? But wouldn't that be worth the voyage? This life is an ebb and flow between unconditional love and conditional love. The waters from the sea of unconditional love flow onto shore during the high tide, and then the water recedes back into the sea, exposing the shores of fear. The waves of the sea call to us, drawing us back to the ocean. It whispers truths of being kidnapped as a baby and brought to this land of fear. It bids us to journey back to our true birthplace, back yonder. We've learned to sail the ship. We've studied the maps. We've ran the drills and participated in watercraft simulations in preparation for this voyage. Now together, we'll set out on the adventure, questioning what our journey is about, learning how to deal with being seasick, facing the storms, gaining our sea legs, navigating the sea of love, dealing with pirates, and so much more. And I'm excited to be here with you as it all unfolds in front of us. You know, I am floored when it sinks into my head that I've completed 3 podcast series and 5 books at this point. I remember feeling overwhelmed in the beginning, and at times through this journey as I looked at the long distance I would have to cover to get this far. But I took a deep breath and took the first step, and then the second step, and then the third. And I took a lot of deep breaths with each step. And I find when I focus on the moment, I'm filled with joy and bliss. But when I look up at the mountain ahead, I tend to become depressed and anxious all at the same time. I can become exhausted when I look at all the miles that are left to travel. And it can bring feelings that suggest I should just give up. But then I just take another deep breath and just look at the very next thing that I want to focus on, letting go of the end destination that I'm supposed to reach. I let go of the future. I do what I do because it's how I enjoy sharing the unconditional love that is within me. When I feel low, disappointed, or don't have much energy, I know it's because I've taken my focus off of sharing the love that's inside me and am once again looking at external conditional validation. like we're all taught to do in our civilization. What is your passion? How do you want to share with the world that mighty, unconditional love that lives within you? If you don't know yet, perhaps we'll uncover it as we progress through this series. And if you do know, then maybe we will ignite new thinking and beliefs about how you can share it. Because you are part of the grand design, the master play, or you wouldn't be here. There are no extras in this movie. You have purpose and amazing things you are contributing to the production, even when you're not realizing it. And what a discovery it is when you get to connect with your higher being and see a bird's eye view of life. If you've listened to my previous podcasts or read my books, then you've stepped through coming back from fear. That was the foundation for understanding why we're here, what's causing the ruckus in our lives, and how we can begin to move away from fear and conditional love and return to who we really are, unconditional love. And we examined our beliefs and fears about life. And then we moved into soup or power, and that's where we examined the stories that we tell ourselves and all those exploding emotions created by those stories, as we discovered how to ignite our power of choice to behave differently by employing our superpowers. And then we moved on to this last series that we just finished up, Who Let the Master Out? And in that one, we took the next step in our expedition and connected more deeply with our true self, the master that exists within us. And as we open the flow for unconditional love energy within us, our abilities expanded, energy work, the knowing, seeing visions, interpreting dreams, and talking to those on the other side. I actually had thought I was done with this 3-part series, but as I will share in the next upcoming episodes, it evidently is a 4-parter. And who knows, there may be more, because it seems I am on a need-to-know basis. You also see that if we will just shut up and listen, we have someone up in the crow's nest on the mast of our ship, giving us clear communication on what route is the most beneficial for our voyage and how to steer clear of unnecessary skirmishes with sea monsters. So in the next episode, I will share with you the story of how I was informed of this new series and how I was moved to a new state, literally and figuratively. So until then, relax, breathe, let go of the plans, just be, see, and do the very next thing. You have enough for today. I love you.